everyone, Fiona here from Nature's Powerhouse. Today I'm going to look at dehydrating broccoli. Broccoli is a wonderful vegetable to have in your stock. It can be used in so many different ways and is so very good for you. So I've already soaked my bunch of broccoli in my wash for 5 minutes, and so I'm now ready to cut it up and get it ready for my dehydrated tray. So what I usually do is, it is very dense, so it will take some time to dry, and also I don't waste these bits because they have as much nutrition in them as the more attractive looking bits here. So I cut them up as well, and then just cut in half, quarter, get something approximately that size. It will shrink on drying, and cut it up like that. I will be doing a video on making broccoli powder, which is a wonderful standby. I have a stock of powders, vegetable powders, that I add whenever I'm making soup or stew or even mincemeat or anything of that nature, and you can also sprinkle it on cheese. Anything to increase the nutrition that you're putting into your body. So there we have it cut up, ready to go onto the dehydrator tray, and I'll show you now how I do that. This is my baking sheet, which I always use because it's very easy to clean, number one, much easier than this stuff, and also it doesn't allow things to fall through. Everything dries perfectly on these things, not a problem, and especially with things like broccoli, where you've got all these tiny little bits which very often will just fall through these holes and disappear to the bottom of your dehydrator. So we lay it all out like that on the tray, all the little bits as well. You can do as much of the little bits as you can get off. Not that easy to get off, but whatever you can. Waste not, want not, and it's all good food. So there we have it, broccoli, ready to go into the dehydrator. And those might be a little on the big side, so I'm just going to cut them in half again. Speeds up the drying process. The smaller they are, the faster they will dry. So you don't want to have them in there for hours and hours and hours. Now bear in mind, when you dehydrate food, it loses very little of its nutritional value. So it's a very healthy addition to any dish. So now here I have some broccoli that I dried earlier. You can see what that will look like once it's dried, and it almost has a sort of paper quality to it, very light. And this took me approximately between 8 to 10 hours at 125 degrees. If you go onto my website, nature's-powerhouse at .co.uk, nature's-powerhouse.co.uk, I have all the temperatures there and various other pieces of information, like the nutritional value. This is another reason why I like these baking sheets, because they make it easy to add to your storage jar. A nice clean glass bottle with a vacuum lid, and pop it in your pantry. Keep it out of the light, because the light will discolour it, it will go brown. And at a later stage I'll do another video on making powder out of broccoli. So that's it. That's how you do broccoli.